Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has 100 courses. If it only had one more cup. So I asked you guys to vote for the 4 tracks that should get added into the final cup of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. There were 220 votes as of this recording, and the most popular 4 tracks got into the final cup of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. However, before we get there, here are the list of tracks that got 0 votes. We started off with 70 tracks and now we're down to 50. If now we remove every track that got only 1 vote, now that brings us down to 40. Let's remove 10 more tracks. Here are the tracks that got 2 votes. Here's the only track with 3 votes. And here are the tracks that got 4 votes. Now we're down to 30. There are only 5 more tracks that did not exceed 10 votes. These include Banshee Boardwalk, Cheap Island, Vanilla Lake 2, GCN Bowser's Castle, and N64 Koopa Troopa Beach. We are officially down to the top 25 tracks with the most votes. We still need to cut down 21 tracks to get to our final 4, so let's go through them real quick. Tied with 12 votes, we got Wii Bowser's Castle, GBA Yoshi Desert, and N64 Wario Stadium. One day, Wario Stadium will become a retro track. In 22nd is GCN Dino Jungle with 13 votes, and Wario Shipyard and DS Bowser Castle both got 14 votes. There was a 4-way tie with 15 votes, and this includes 3DS Bowser's Castle, DS Luigi's Mansion, GBA Rainbow Road, and GBA Lakeside Park. Quite the list of underrated bangers here. Only 4 more tracks got below 20 votes. Tied with 17 votes, we got DS Rainbow Road and GCN Mushroom City. With 18 votes is N64 Bowser's Castle. And with 19 votes is 3DS Woohoo Loop. Some of these tracks would have been great in the Booster Course Pass. Now we're down to the top 11 with each of these tracks getting 20 or more votes. Let's go through them and see which tracks just missed out on the final cup. In 11th is 3DS Shy Guy Bazaar with 23 votes. Solid track, but not one I was personally clamoring for. 10th place is DS Delfino Square with 25 votes. Solid track in both DS and Wii, but again, not one of my top personal picks for the Booster Course Pass. In 9th place is Wii Dry Ruins with 26 votes. Out of the 5 Wii tracks that didn't get into the Booster Course Pass or market it in general, this one is definitely the strangest exclusion. In 8th place is GBA Bowser Castle 4 with 28 votes. Straight up, this track would not have gotten this many votes if it wasn't for the massive overhaul that Tour gave it in the best way possible. In 7th is GCN Mushroom Bridge with 33 votes. This track was heavily rumored to be in the Booster Course Pass Wave 6, but as we all know, that did not happen. I would still love to see this track in the future though. In 6th place is GCN Wario Coliseum with 42 votes. This just goes to show that even though this track is stuck on the GameCube, there are so many people that really love this track and want to see it return. Now we're down to the top 5 tracks, and I'm sure you guys can guess them all based on process of elimination, but I want to highlight 2 tracks. These 2 tracks were neck and neck with voting the entire way, and as of this recording are only separated by 3 votes. 3 votes separate these 2 tracks, 1 from being in the Booster Course Pass Final Cup and 1 from just looking from the outside. 3 votes made the difference, and the track that is eliminated from the Booster Course Pass is GCN Rainbow Road with 50 votes. That's right, in an insane turn of events, Maka Woohoo with 53 votes got the 4th most votes and therefore gets a spot in the final cup of the Booster Course Pass. The top 3 tracks, however, were so far ahead in votes from the rest of the tracks that these were all undoubtedly making the cut. In 3rd place with 98 votes is Wii Toad's Factory. I know I mentioned Wii Dry Ruins as being a strange exclusion from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but Toad's Factory is one that nearly everybody feels should have made it into the game, and this vote just goes to prove it. So congratulations, Toad's Factory, you just made one of the final 4 spots in the Booster Course Pass. In 2nd place with 110 votes, half of you guys exactly voted for this track. The one tour track that did not make its way over to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you guys know what it is, Piranha Plant Pipeline. A lot of people really like this track, but for me personally, I just kind of find it meh. I'm not a big fan of the track, and the music's not even that top tier for me personally, but I can definitely understand why so many people want this to be in the Booster Course Pass. It's just for novelty's sake, as every other tour track made it in except this one, so you might as well put it into the Booster Course Pass. Therefore, it gets one of the last 4 spots in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And so, with 1 spot remaining, the 100th Mario Kart 8 Deluxe track, the one track that got the most votes out of any other track that is currently not in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, garnering 128 votes. This track is none other than DS Airship Fortress. It only makes sense. It is a track with an incredibly original concept and theme, and it's been a fan favorite across every single Mario Kart game it has been a part of. It is also a very intense track, hence why out of the top 4 tracks that are in the last cup of the Booster Course Pass, I chose Airship Fortress to be the track that would be the final track of the entirety of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and of this final cup, which I shall name the Bullet Bill Cup. That's right, the Bullet Bill Cup was by far the most common answer as to what you guys wanted to name the final cup in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And with it being the most overpowered item in the game, it only makes sense. So what do you think, everybody? If the Booster Course Pass gets one more cup, the Bullet Bill Cup, to round out the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe track list to 100 total tracks, these would be the 4 tracks inside that cup according to your votes. Let me know what you guys think. Which tracks do you think got snubbed from the final cup, the Bullet Bill Cup of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass, and which tracks inside the Bullet Bill Cup, the final cup, do not deserve to be in the last cup of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass? I would love to read your comments down below. Thank you all for watching. Thank you especially to my members for the extra support you give me. Your effort does not go unnoticed. I really appreciate you guys. Those of you watching the video, please feel free to give it a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, stay all pro, and I'm out of here.